Yo, peace, 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 peace. We are live. We are live. Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. Let's get the right mic hooked up. Try that again. Peace, world. What it is? What up? What it is? How you feeling? Welcome to another Substantial Weekly. My name is Substantial, and we got a special guest in the building. My brother, Javier Starks.
I'm dancing like Destiny. What he do, yo? What's good? I'm in here. What he do?
All right, man. Oh man. Yeah, man. How you feeling, man?
Oh, I feel lovely. I'm grateful.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm about the same. I can't complain. Appreciate you, man. Good to see you, son.
It's good to see
Thank you for joining.
It's been
man.
a while,
yeah,
man.
son. You be out here, traveling. Look, folks excited. We're like, hey, the duo is back.
Hey,
you know,
what it do?
Yeah, man. Peace. What's going on, nephew? What's going on, Noah? Nova, my bad. Yeah. So, was it Warpath says, good to see you on here again. Yeah, man.
What up, Warpath?
Word. So, yo, happy Friday, good bro.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everyone tuning in. A lot to go over today, man. Gonna try to make sure we cover as much as possible, give you all these updates and all that good stuff. Lots of goings ons. But first and foremost, hey, hold up. Hey, man, clap it up. Good to see you, Keish. What's going on, Puddin'? Good to see you up in here, sis. All right. Shout out to everyone watching Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all that good stuff, man. You're greatly appreciated. Lots going on, lots to talk about. But how are you first and foremost? How was your trip? Tell us about what you were out on the West Coast doing.
I was in Seattle at Electrify Expo, hosting the award ceremony and working with the bike company that I love now called Landmoto. But just exploring electric vehicles, riding, test driving electric vehicles. You could go out there and jump inside of a Tesla, the newest Tesla, ride it all around, or the newest bike, or the newest electric board, Too Swift, and all these great companies. Pretty much just hanging out, having fun, getting paid to do it.
Nice.
Paid to do it.
That's never a bad thing. You know what I mean? That's never a bad thing. You know. But yeah, man. So what happened on your way back, son? What happened, son?
Oh man, my flight was supposed to leave at 5 a.m. I woke up at 4:30.
Oh.
I was like, yeah.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, the guy who was working with me, or the people who employed me, were like, yo, you gonna be good? I'm like, yeah, it's all good. I don't trip off the things I can't control.
Right.
I was like, I don't got work tomorrow, you know. So they were like, yeah, don't worry. You only got like a 15-hour delay in Denver now. You know, so
Yikes.
yeah, so slept in Denver. My good brother CM,
Shout out to CM.
yeah,
you know
good
what I mean?
dude, picked me up and
Avid
treated me to
supporter.
dinner and all that good stuff. And we recorded a verse. All of us, we gotta put in work if I'm traveling and working. You know,
Dope.
so it was
CM
cool.
is dope,
It was
too.
cool. CM is an amazing MC. Definitely check
man.
him out. Old man Lugo. Lugo.
Yeah,
Dope.
man. And those of you in the chat right now, y'all probably have seen him pop up from time to time, either on Facebook or YouTube. So shout out to CM. He also supported the Adultish campaign. So definitely no stranger to these parts, man. And we got a dope collab. We played it right here on the show before.
Hustle and grind.
All
That
right.
joint rocks, yo.
Hold on. Stop for a minute. Shout out to my man Joshua for contributing to the channel. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Josh,
you.
we
You know what I mean?
appreciate you. Joshua. Some people
You know what I mean?
have preferences.
Yeah, they do.
Joshua,
They do.
I respect it.
And then heading home. Oh man, be safe, CJ. Good to see you up in here as well, brother.
Hey.
And your hoodie has arrived, son. So now I can go ahead and ship out your package. I was about to make a statement after I said that I immediately recognized it was a pause, so I stopped myself. Because, I ain't gonna say it. But yeah, your package shall be delivered or shall be shipped very soon, my friend, probably within the weekend. So thank you for supporting.
Word.
Look, how's fighting the urge? I can see it in his face.
I'm saying nothing, man.
Right, he's like, if you slip.
I'm glad all the merchandise has arrived and things are being delivered.
Yes, yeah, he was avoiding saying package. He didn't want to say, he didn't want to talk about your package. I'm sure he has some thoughts about your package. You know what I mean?
You
Some
know what I'm
feelings.
thinking.
Right.
I ain't gonna put that on me, though.
Yeah, man. But yeah, thanks again for supporting, fam.
The merch looks dope, bro.
Thank you.
It's nice quality stuff, too.
Oh, this whole thing?
Yeah.
Right.
What shirt? You wouldn't happen to be talking about my shirt, which
Or this hat. You know.
he lift his leg up like the axe kick, gonna
Right.
put his foot up right here, or these shoes. Like, how are you even moving your leg like that? Leia?
Oh my god.
Yo, stupid. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I can't with you, yo. But yeah, man. Let's. Oh my god.
Leg up like this right next to
Just
it.
straight up, just bow. You know what I mean? Like, how did it get there, son? Like, oh my god. But anyway, man, shout out to everyone watching right now. Do me a favor. I know a lot of you have already done it, but let us know where you tuning in from, man. Where in the world you're watching from?
Where in the world are you tuning in from?
Word. You know what I mean? Remix.
Yeah.
Carmen San Diego is
Gotta take
somewhere
it back
hating.
real quick. Yeah.
Hating. It's like, I don't like what you did with my
He
song.
said she's somewhere hating.
Right. All right, Eric, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. It says, laugh my ass off. Y'all both definitely like brothers.
Hey,
man, yeah,
man.
man. This is my guy,
bro.
man.
This is bro for
Definitely,
sure.
definitely,
Big
man.
bro.
So let me put something up on the screen.
I'm
hold on.
I'm all looking over there trying to see what he's doing.
I know.
Let me
I'm over here.
focus on y'all like
You know
her.
what I mean?
Focus on
So tell them quietly what we've been cooking up, because we're working on amongst a lot of different
I was
things,
gonna say
right?
specify.
Yeah. So besides this cross country campaign, which
got
has
you.
been in the works for a
I follow
while,
you now.
right? Besides that, we've also some of them know and some don't know, but you're also a really dope MC.
I'm working on a
Yeah.
new album. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
yeah.
I'm working on a new album. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I said, woe is me, not poe is me. I let go of grief and push forth the seed of hope like ovaries. Globe cold like globe turned like rotary. Coda be still I survive in one piece like Oda. Sheesh. Yo, but yeah, so I'm working on some new stuff. Like, and it's all themed around this character from this show by the name of Eka. And Echo is just so dope, man. Like, Arcane is the it's a lot, but I'm working on my first cosplay and an album to go along with it, and I'm excited to take it to the conventions that we've already been attending. We've been going to like every convention that's been happening in the area.
Yeah.
Looking up for what's next is Anime USA.
Yeah, Anime USA. We're gonna talk about that in a second too. Yeah, Anime USA is next weekend. So yeah, man, definitely look out. We'll definitely be there and stuff. We'll talk about some of the other people joining us too. But yeah, man, how far along are you with the writing and stuff?
I'm not as far. He is putting me on the
Right.
spot because he know I'm not getting work done. I've been doing so much other stuff, but lately I have been really inspired. I think that we have at least I'm almost done with two solid records. It's just gonna be an EP.
Yeah.
And which in theory I should be able to write, a song. It take me a good. I put my heart and my soul into every verse. I could probably write a verse in 5 minutes, but usually I probably put good 5 to 20 hours in a verse.
Right.
But I would assume by the middle of next month it should be done and recorded. So now I'm promising the world. I had already promised him. I'm like, yeah, next week, yeah, next week, yeah, next week, yeah, next week, like 5 times.
It's okay.
I just moved into a new place. I didn't end a relationship, started a new job, and traveling.
You working?
Cut a brother some slack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I'm excited about it. Every time I think about it, I get really excited about it, and I think y'all gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
And who's producing the whole? EP?
Marcus D. And Marcus D is producing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Thanks for the cues. I am like. I'm just excited to be doing it.
Stick with me.
Yeah, he said, "Stick with me, fam. I got you, bro." Wait, my man, what it look like? But yeah. So Marcus D is producing it, which is a huge honor. Dude is amazing. Not to mention he's a good friend and family. But outside of that, he's an incredible producer who's done amazing things in the space. And yeah, I'm excited to work with him. I just got excited off the bar. So
yeah, son. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not ever going to tell you like, nah, son, don't rap.
Don't be rapping on my stream.
Don't be rapping on my stream.
I done lost 1 follower. I know you poaching my followers.
The views are dropping right now
like
because they're heading over to your page
where nothing is happening.
Right.
Like you can't follow both pages. You approach them. It's like, oh, I'm done following Substantial. I gotta follow out here. That's just evil.
Oh my God, man.
Stupid.
Yeah, man. But I'm excited to hear the project, man. Definitely.
He's like producing it. He's like, yo, I'm excited to hear when you finally
right. Well, the cool thing is he has all the beats already. So now the writing is next up and stuff, and you say you're two
at least 2 songs in.
Yeah. So yeah, man,
it's moving.
You're a third of the way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're almost there. Yeah,
100%.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah, I'm excited to do visuals for it.
Yeah.
Anybody who's like super familiar with the AI stuff, I got some ideas. If you're familiar, like hit me up because I got some ideas.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's like it's. The AI stuff is like a kind of a divisive thing, right? Like where like some people are on either side of it. I'm more on the like I don't have a real issue with it like that. I think the biggest thing is, oh man, like for me it's like I get why people don't like it, but at the other time, like on the other side of it, as someone who uses stock images, now granted, I'm paying for stock images, and I know that's the real problem that some people have. But I do like the fact that, like, I say to people all the time, it's like, you're as smart as the question you think to ask and the research you're willing to do. So if you're a person that is, that if you've practiced enough in articulating your ideas, right, and speaking of these ideas in a way where you can get to solutions a bit quicker and work with other people to do so, AI can be extremely useful if you've practiced that enough. But if you're a person that's not really clear on what it is that you're trying to accomplish, then yeah, it's going to produce what it produces.
I'd like to film some incredible things and use stable diffusion to change it to look a way that it would not normally look. At the same time, we both of us have tons of visual friends, but I don't know anyone, at least not within my budget, who's going to be able to take a video of me riding my electric board and turn me into a space person riding through like a extraterrestrial terrain. Not with my budget.
And that's real too, because this stuff requires a ridiculous amount of time to create a lot of times for those folks. So I understand they got to be compensated. I know there was something that I worked on, and like, man, when the person, shout out to Katie Fox, like some of the stuff that we had to work on, like for animal arithmetic, cost like I think it was like $25,000.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like for like a 1 minute animation. So like,
right.
Yeah. So
So when your favorite anime is paused for a week, and when you get that next episode that's like crazy graphics, crazy visuals, there was like the budget. That's why people often will say, "Oh, there goes the budget," like in that one scene type vibe. So yeah, man, I still have faith, and I think that as things grow, as we learn to start adopting because we can't stop the technology, but what we can do is learn to use the technology while compensating the artist fairly. So just like, what's happening with the actors and the writers and those companies trying to own the digital likeness of these people so that they can use them in perpetuity without paying them. Clearly that's messed up. But let's say if me, Javier Starks, was excited about this concept for a song, and I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily have the time to work on this, but I like to put out a song about it. Wouldn't it be kind of cool to use AI to whip up a verse, Javier Starks verse? If I felt like it actively reflecting, I probably would not do that. But it would be kind of cool to be able to explore that in some ways. Maybe, I don't know, I don't even know how you could apply.
I actually, because when I first heard that it could do that, I was curious. I was like, oh, can you? And yeah, so I tested it out, and I tested out the feature to basically write a song that would be similar to something Substantial would write, put in certain prompts, told it what the topic would be. I tested it out just to see. Trash, man. Oh my god. And it's like,
I thought he was about to be like, it was alright.
No, because there was a video I seen recently. By the way, I'm gonna get to your question in a bit, Tetsuo. I got you. I'm gonna take care of that question in a second. And for anybody that wants to ask a question, and it's a time sensitive thing because maybe you got to dip by a certain time. If you do super chat, or something like that, that'll bring it to my attention and I'll address it immediately. Versus like right now, trying to finish the thought before we transition. But I definitely got you, Tetsuo. So yeah, man. So I gave it the prompts, tried it out, and that video that I recently watched summed up something about songwriting that I hadn't considered in some ways, but I've heard something similar, where it was basically talking about a challenge that this producer gives artists that he works with. He's like, "Yo, write a song write a song with 40 to 50 words or less," right? And he basically was just talking about, he was like, most hit songs are not overly complicated lyrically, but also musically. He's like, yo, if you can't play it on one hand, it's too complicated, right? If you can't whistle it, it's too complicated. If you like most hit songs, you can whistle it, most blah, blah, blah. Now, we can get into the whole
Not to
art.
say don't be complicated. He's just quoting this person.
And he made it real clear, too, that he was like, for the folks who refuse to do these things, to try these different things and make their art a specific way, it's cool. You're clearly doing it for yourself. But if you're a person who's doing it for yourself, but not understanding why your stuff isn't ready for mass consumption, you know what I mean? Like,
can't have it both ways.
Yeah. So I understand that when I'm working on my solo stuff, that like a lot of people feel like, you should be bigger, blah blah blah. I also recognize that I'm intentionally choosing to make music a particular way, and for a lot of people, when they hear that, they're like, you're choosing to be broke. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm not quite broke, but I definitely recognize that the music don't make as much money as it could because of that. Now, how this relates to the AI prompt, when I asked it to do that, it gave me this really stripped down thing that was so basic. And I put, like, there's lines that even when I say straightforward things, that straightforward thing means like it can mean like 2 to 4 other things, right? Just by how I
double,
worded it.
triple entendre.
Yeah, 100%, right? Like, I was undervalued by the overrated, gave me wrong directions. Now they all surprised I made it, right? Like, so even when the stuff sounds straightforward, that's not something that, I'm all right. But that's not something that AI a lot of times is going to automatically generate, right? So just something to keep in mind. Like, it's like any other tool. When used a certain way, it can be great. But every tool has its limitations.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, yeah, man.
And I don't want people to think that I was saying that you can't have it both ways, meaning you can be yourself and still be very successful. But what I took from it was that if you are being yourself, you can't necessarily expect it to appeal to everyone per se.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
you got to cater to some extent if you're going to turn around and expect that thing that you're creating to appeal to the audience. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Nah, definitely.
Because we don't sit. I don't sit around and be like, oh, I'm gonna do whatever I want, and then expect the whole entire world to fall in love with it.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I
sure.
mean? Like,
for sure. That's unrealistic because I hear artists all the time behind closed doors say things like, I don't really care what no one thinks, right? But then at the same time, that same artist, you bump into him a bit later, will be complaining that, like, yo, people sleeping on them. I don't understand how this artist gets more love than me and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, I mean, you've made certain choices. And when you make those choices, like, these are the consequences, like, based on we are the sum of our choices, right? Like, the sum of the choices we make. So, all right.
The question.
Let me get to that question real quick, and then let's jump into this other stuff. Yo, Substantial, do you ever miss the long hair? Wow. No, I don't. Yo.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like, not even a little bit. It was a part of a particular journey. It's not that I hated it. Like, I definitely did not.
You got it cut off and saved in a bag?
Yeah,
somewhere?
we still have it. Yeah. We still have my locks, and we have. I don't think you met Shell when she had locks. So Shell's locks were as long as mine.
Wow.
But yeah, we have
That's
both
common.
of them.
I've met people who sew them back on sometimes. And,
Oh wow, yeah, we ain't going that far. We just, I just feel weird about taking. I mean, granted, when you shave, you clean that up and throw it in the trash, but it's. I don't know. Like, that was such a part of me. I just can't throw my locks in the trash like that. But yeah, man. So we still have it, but I don't really miss it because it was a lot of work, and I do like I like being able to, like, when I need to get up and go, I can just get up and go. And with locks, I think the false perception is, you can kind of do that, right? Quick updo, blah blah blah. But if you're a person who maintains your hair, making sure you thoroughly wash it, making sure it dries properly, because when it doesn't dry properly, it gets an odor. It was a ton of work to maintain, you know what I mean? And then there'd be times or whatever where most of the time I didn't get my hair done professionally. I was doing it myself, and that's like 2 to 3 hours of my day every time. Right. Yeah. And then and then if I went to go see a professional, we're talking about like a good amount of money versus me going to get a haircut. Nowadays, when I see I'm about to say Baba Sherm because that's what my kids call him. But when I go see Sherm the barber, when I go see him, I'm dropping like $40, right? Yo, like, fam, every time I get my locks done, we're talking about like $100. Like, that's just starting point.
I was gonna say, I just have a mohawk, and that's where we start. 120 is like low, don't even include tip.
Yeah,
it's like,
for
dang.
sure. For sure. So yeah, so I don't really miss it. I miss it, what the meaning, like the reason I grew my hair. I was going through a lot at the time I started growing my locks. I remember meeting an elder, and they were talking about like how our hair carries certain energy. And I remember going through certain things, and I remember reading up on what they talked about and how other cultures believe that as well. And I remember having a conversation with a Sikh, or some people say Sikh, but this guy said it was Sikh, is the proper way to pronounce it. It was what I heard. I don't know. But what he told me when I was mentioning cutting my hair, I was in Taiwan, and it was wild because, he was not Taiwanese, neither was I, but we were in this cab having this conversation. And he was like, oh, your hair is beautiful. And I was like, thank you very much. And I was like, it's funny, I'm about to cut it. And he was like, oh, don't cut it. And he started talking about energy. But the whole reason why I started growing it was because there were certain experiences I was having. I was couch surfing for a certain period of time. I had no place to live. I was just crashing on friends' floors. Like when I didn't have to crash on their floor. If they stayed somewhere else, I could sleep on their bed.
Because he always had a pillow.
You know what I mean?
He's like, I need to have a pillow.
The missus as well, like she had other places. She had family in town she could have stayed with. She chose this. Wherever I went, she rolled with me. So we were in that situation together. And like, I did not want to forget those moments. You know what I mean? I was like, like this is like I'm on the verge of something great, and I'm in hell right now, but I know something great is coming. And so my locks were the representation of that, me keeping that energy and not forgetting like the foundation of where I came from. And it was almost like out of spite, right? Like, was like, word, you know what I mean? It's like, so, when you think of like what locks used to be like, and the people they were associated with, they were like outsiders. It was counterculture. All of these things. So like me bucking back or whatever, so to speak. You know, via this non-traditional route I was taking. And at some point in time, I just felt like I didn't need that energy anymore. I think I didn't see myself as forgetting where I came from. I didn't need to hold all of these experiences and negative, you know, mostly negative things, this chip I had on my shoulder. And so I felt like I was at a point where I was about to start again, and I didn't need that energy to carry me through. And so that's when I decided to cut my hair. You know what I mean?
And also, you are experiencing a breakthrough as a breakout artist, so you had to cut the locks.
Break the locks, break the chains.
Anyways,
see what he doing there.
I do what do you say? I do bar mitzvahs, birthdays, and weddings.
You know what I'm saying?
And funerals.
And the
because my bars be killing.
Your bar be killing. Hey.
Sorry, let me stop.
All right, let's keep it. He's saying,
I don't even know what he pressing. Just pressing.
Oh my God, yo.
Overzealous.
Right. So yeah, man, that's the story of the hair, the goings-ons. Let's get back to these comments, and then we're gonna jump into this other stuff.
We probably missed like 70.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate your patience. Soul Tiger said something powerful, and people's like, well put. Hold on. Hey, Early Bird, shout out to Early. All right.
Hey.
All in all, AI just seems like a double-edged sword. Absolutely, 100%.
Best way to put it, yeah.
And long hair is definitely a lot of work. Yeah, man. Hey, what up, Malik? Happy 50th as well. Happy 50th,
right.
You know what I mean?
Hip hop.
I was paying a lot for my wife's locks. It's crazy. Yeah, bro. 100%. 100%. Bro, and like, yo, you start like posting pictures around and be like, yo, see this woman with the short hair? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? She got a nice shaved head. That's nice, baby. You know.
Just a little, drop the little hints, right?
Right. And then when you get in trouble, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was joking, but yeah.
Said, baby, you want to go to that 5-star restaurant? Well, if we didn't get your head,
right, right.
That's not gonna go over well. But anyways,
Frank says it's wild. I think Sub is the reason I have my locks. I remember when he cut them. Yeah, yo. And if you've never seen it, there's a video on my YouTube channel where I document the whole process, me cutting my hair.
Wow.
Yeah, and I talk about some of the same things. You know, grow them until I make it as an animator. I mean,
respect. Yeah,
you know, do it. All right. Saying I curse you for making me learn how to make a 3/4 beat. Hey, this is a great segue. Thank you, Early. So listen. For those who don't know, let's bring this up on the screen now. And hold on, the screen looks insane, so let me fix something. Boom. No, wrong one. Shazam. Oh, okay, cool. And we did it perfect. This is why I was like, stay close, son.
Respect.
So we don't cut it off. So for those who don't know, if you haven't grabbed it already, make sure you pick up the substantial acapellas for Adultish.
Ooh. And
let me tell you how to do it. So what you're gonna do
Let me tell you something.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna sign up on Patreon. Boom. Put that there, and I forgot to put the little. Hold up. Let's try that one more. More time. Shazam. So yeah, man. Over at Patreon or on Bandcamp. If you sign up for the subscriptions. On Patreon, you have to be at the $5 level or higher in order to get access to the acapellas.
Reasonable.
But basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing a contest amongst fans, friends, etc., who are interested in remixing Adultish. As you know, or maybe you didn't know, I produced all of the tracks on Adultish. Shout out to my amazingly talented friends who play live instruments, who played on the record. And Tone, who also added some additional production.
What up, Tone?
Throughout the project too. But largely the production was handled mostly by me. Therefore, a lot of people was reaching out while I was working on the record, like, yo, man, you need beats for the new album? Like, nah, B, I got it. You know what I mean? But now that it's done, I got the acapellas all mixed down. I put them, you know, for those who don't know, I add acapellas from time to time on Patreon so that people can go ahead and and download them and flip remixes and stuff. These are for promo purposes only, promotional purposes only, so you cannot sell it. However, there's a caveat, right? If you send me, and you can send it through contacting me through my site, iamsubstantial.com/contact. Send me a Dropbox link, Google Drive link, or WeTransfer link of the remix that you do. Or a private link for SoundCloud, Bandcamp, whatever. If I love what you come up with, I am doing Adultish 2.0, which is mostly going to include remixes and maybe like a few bonus tracks that were over beats that people submitted to me, even though I didn't need beats for the album. And right, like,
you need some beats? Nah, I'm good. All right, I just sent you 5.
Son, bro, like there was like 40 in some cases sent over, like, and some of the stuff was amazing, and I knew I wanted to do stuff with it. So anyway, if I like what I hear, then basically what I plan to do is, we're going to discuss like the possibility of releasing that particular remix that you did officially. We'll split the profits. I'll set it up where your royalties are sent directly to you. And we can even, release the instrumental together as well. And I'll help promote that as well, if that's something that you might be interested in. So for those of you who want to do a collaboration with me and don't necessarily have the budget to pay me what I charge for me to create something original to your beat, here's an opportunity for you to get involved with the remixes. You have until November 1st. And again, you can submit that to me through my website, iamsubstantial.com/contact. All right. I dropped the link to Patreon in there. You've also seen the link come up for Bandcamp. Remember, you can sign up on either platform. Bandcamp automatically charges you $5 a month. And for those of you who are like, man, I ain't trying to be on your subscription forever, son, sign up for $5. You get what you need to get, and then you can cancel your subscription. I'm not here to judge. But if you want to stay on, because keep in mind, I drop other stuff too. There's other acapellas. There's rough drafts of certain tracks. Something I'm going to mention to y'all today that I didn't put at the top of the video or put in the title of the video, because, this is for the hardcore fans. I'm going to mention to you about what I'm planning to do with unreleased material as well. So we're going to come back to that. Let's get to some of these comments. Do you ever talk to Shingo too? I'm about to become an interviewer. I do talk to Shingo. We were texting a few weeks ago. I actually got to hit him up either today or tomorrow. He's coming in town next week. We have a song that we did with Shingo too, if you haven't heard it, called Lost Touch. Javier is on it, so is Uyama Hiroto. Song's pretty dope. Y'all should check it out. But yeah, I do talk to him, but I got to speak to him today or tomorrow, because I just realized I still hadn't hit him up to see if he was down to perform the song from the record. So I'm slipping. But yeah, my hope is that we'll get to perform that next week at Anime USA, and that'll be our first time rocking that live. And maybe, who knows, shoot a music video while he's here. So, we're going to see. So I'm going to talk to Shingo, and we'll see what happens. So if you don't see me perform that song and no video gets shot, you know how the conversation went.
We lost touch.
Right, we lost touch. I see what you. There's a drum.
You can only give me so much credit.
There it is.
I can't hear.
I know you can't hear anything.
I don't know anything. That's why I'm just like, just press whatever.
He's like, hit the button, do something with the buttons.
Is this button?
Right. But yeah, man, Adultish acapellas out right now.
2.0 on
Definitely
the way.
check it out. Now here's something else that a lot of people didn't see coming, but it is out here in the
3.0. Say no.
Right. Adultish Inspiration is a playlist that I created, and it literally has some of the records that I sampled for to make Adultish, right? And then it has some of the records that inspired like some of the ideas of these tracks. And then in certain instances, I'm still building the playlist. It has tracks that how I discovered certain artists, like the track that I discovered Millen, the first track I heard from Millen that made me reach out to him. So that's on there. And then in other cases, songs like Skipper by Uyama Hiroto, which I love. And then like yeah, he is, man. And then I can't remember if I put Southside or I think it was Lovesick 6, where Uyama and Shingo collaborated. So, with them both being on the same track on the album and stuff, that was a track that when I heard it, like, wouldn't have mind if he left a 16 little space for your mans for that particular track. But yeah, man, so check it out. The playlist is on Spotify and it's also here on YouTube because there were certain tracks, like there's this track by Fortet called As Serious As Your Life. There's a remix that JD, before he was going by J Dilla, JD did a remix of that joint that is fire, and it features Guilty Simpson. As serious as your life is, as serious as your life. That joint is flames. So that song is nowhere on Spotify. The only reason why I know about that song is because of the homie DJ Two-Tone Jones. Put me onto that track from this Dilla mixtape that he made years ago. Yeah, shout out to Two-Tone, man.
Two-Tone.
Yeah,
what
man.
Up, bro?
But anyway, definitely check it out. It's a really cool playlist. Maybe I will, let's see if I can bring it up on the screen real quick, and so that way you can take a look at some of what's in there. And remember that it's a living playlist, which means I'm gonna be updating it from time to time. But it's right here on YouTube right now. I'm gonna pause so nothing plays. You ain't J Dilla. Hold up.
I don't know this woman.
Right.
I'm sorry. I feel sorry for this woman.
Sorry for this woman. I don't know this woman. All right, so let's bring this up on the screen. Shazam. All right, sharing screen. Don't need to share audio, though. Boom. Here we go. So real quick, so you all can see it, I'm going to put it up on the screen for y'all, too. Let's switch to this view. And
coming up right about now.
Boom. There we go. So, hold on one second. I'm going to take one more thing out of here. Boom. Okay, I think we're good. All right. So as you can see, this is the playlist here. It got As Serious As Your Life by Fortet, remixed by JD. You Are by Tamara Wellens, which is the song that I sampled to make the long route. We got Salt and Pepper, Push It for obvious reasons. Blue Orb and Millen, Warm Waters. That's how I discovered Millen. The first track I ever heard Millen on. It has Making of a Cyborg from the Ghost in the Cell soundtrack by Kenji Kawai. Definitely check that out. That track is what inspired the percussion in the background of Ghost in a Cell. I was mimicking that. Luther's Janitorial by Joe D and Ace of Godzilla. Joe D does like some really unorthodox drum beats on some of his tracks, and so the drums in this particular track is what inspired me to do the breakdown that you hear in Reed Richards. You know what I mean? Skipper by Uyama, definitely one of my favorites by him. I got a lot of favorites by him. Now this particular track is an interesting one because it's Jay Electronica's track. APIDTA. It's the last track of the album that he did where Jay-Z's all over the album. And this particular track is the track that almost kept me from releasing Ghost in the Cell, because I had the concept, and those of you who follow me on Patreon, the first version of the beat is on Patreon back in like 2019 or something like that.
Wow.
Right? 2019 or maybe early 2020, right before this came out. And so that was the initial beat, and I had the concept then. The beat was called No Answer, which relates to the subject, right? Like these numbers in your phone, these pictures in your phone, these people who have passed on who you can't contact anymore. There's no answer. So I had this concept, was excited to put it on Adultish, which was Adulting back then. And then I hear this song, and I almost killed Ghost in the Cell because it's a similar concept. So, I'm not going to pretend like these songs don't both exist. So I'm like, man, I put it on there because this song actually pushed me to make Ghost in the Cell, I think, as powerful as it now is, right? Like I went back and redid the beat. I stepped up like the concept. I feel like I tried to push it further, largely because I heard this, and this is one of my favorite songs from the project. So yeah, man, I think I've gotten to the point where back in the day, old me be like, nah, someone did a song about that. And when I say old me, I ain't talking about high school me, because high school me was like, I like Common. I'm going to try to do songs like Common. You know what I'm saying? But when I got into my own, when I found my own voice, I really got to a point where I really tried to cut off anything that was coming from folks outside of my joint. I feel like by my third record, if I heard something similar, I just was like, nah. But then it took somebody like Odyssey to say to me, he was like, yo, He's like, okay, the song's about the same thing. So, he's like, you know how many songs there are about love? You know how many songs there are about blah, blah, blah? And then somebody else broke it down like, yo, we're humans. We have similar experiences. Mm-hmm. So just because we talk about the same thing and the concept is similar, his experience is very much his, and my experience is unique because it's mine. So, so that made me a little more comfortable with pushing forward to do that track. But anyway, it's really cool. There's a lot more on there. Hey Baltimore by Cariz. Ought to be more with other people on it as well, so on and so forth. I'm gonna go ahead and stop right there, but you get the point. It's super dope. Check it out. Let's go to the chat. Hold on,
Let's
this
go
back.
to work.
To the left.
That Reed Richards beat though.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
And your man though. That...
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Very dope, sir.
Fun fact, for those who don't know, one of the other EPs that he's going to be working on at some point, fingers crossed, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? No pressure.
Shots fired.
No shots fired. No shots fired.
The EP he's going to be working on at some point.
No shots fired.
Sometimes.
No shots fired.
Ow.
Maybe a gun held to him. No shots fired yet. But hopefully, because I was also planning to produce an EP for him. He already has 3 beats. We don't know if those beats are still going to make it or not. But 3 of the beats.
Yeah, he might rap on them.
I mean, it ain't quite that, but yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving.
It's gonna happen,
right? Comments. Soul Tiger says, since Javier and Early Bird are here right now, is there a chance for a Lost Touch remix or just another song altogether? It's possible. Early Bird is working on remixes behind the scene. He said he's trying to remix the whole album.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's out here working. That's why he was complaining about a 3-4.
You got my blessing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So we will see. All right. You and Nujabes are lo-fi gods. Man, I appreciate the love, family. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right.
Facts.
Birdultish.
Oh, you wild for
I'm
that.
struggling to say it.
Birdultish. You wild for that. Yeah.
That is hilarious. But yeah, man. So that's what's some of the stuff going on. Real quick.
Which bird would it be? Anyways, no, just go.
Which bird would it be?
Just go.
All right. Speaking of Ghost in the Cell, the single of Ghost in the Cell along with the instrumental goes live on all streaming platforms on September 29th. I know some of y'all are thinking the single song's already out 100%, but the instrumental wasn't. So this version of it will include the instrumental. That's going to be on all streaming platforms September 29th. All right. Just a friendly reminder. All right. September events this weekend. Tomorrow, Forte Fest happening in Falls Church, Virginia at Crescendo Studios. Come through if you can. It's from 2 to 8 p.m. All ages, all that good stuff. It's freaking dope. Come through, have a good time. Link for all the events are in the description of this video. However, if you do not see the link for Forte Fest in there, no worries. Just know that it's at the same location as this other event that I'm going to mention after this next event.
After these messages.
We'll be right back. Full Rock presents Hip Hop to Anime 50 Years. This event is happening next Saturday night at Anime USA. We're also doing a Sketchpads event earlier that day, and there's another panel that I'm a part of talking about Samurai Champloo. There's a chance that I think Shingo, hopefully, I mean, he's actually on the soundtrack. I love that people associate me with it. I'm not on the soundtrack. I did a mixtape that was not cleared by anyone involved. I just jacked shit, did what I felt like doing, and then that popped off, and so people forever associate me with it, but just keeping it 100. But anyway, hopefully we'll both be a part of this panel talking about Samurai Champloo and just hip-hop and anime as well. But this event is happening next Saturday night. Be sure to come through. Cop your tickets at Anime USA's website, all that good stuff. That link should also be available in the link in the description in this video. All right. Next event in November, that is the Adultish tour, tourish, I guess, because these are mostly spot dates. But me and A1 are doing a show along with Javier Starks and Stephanie Gale are confirmed, along with DJ RBI. So we're doing a show at Crescendo Studios November 17th. Tickets are available now. Promo is really going to go into full speed ahead on Monday. But yes, come through, cop your tickets. You can also cop physical albums. on the ticket site as well if you haven't picked it up, and you get to see me live and in person, get your album signed, maybe get a baby kiss, you know what I'm saying, get a high five, a chest bump, I don't know, come through, should be dope. A1 is a legend, jazz rap legend. So man, it's not all the time you get to see us both live, so come through. If you're in the surrounding areas, might be worth making a trip out of it, you know what I mean? All right. Yeah, so we'll stop right there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to all of y'all. Let me know if you got questions and all that good stuff. Hold on. Got a couple comments here. It's really a lot of fun remixing Adultish. Gives me new perspective on all the songs and your writing skills. Man, thank you so much, Earl. Appreciate that, bro. All right. Joshua says, real life husband question. As a man trying to make it years with my queen, when a conversation starts with, it's funny that, how much apologizing should I do in advance to my answer? Oh, man. Listen, you know, I think that, like, it's important to recognize that fights or disagreements, whatever folks are most comfortable saying, right? Like verbal altercations in relationships, it's inevitable, right? They're going to happen. The biggest thing is like, yo, apologize if you mean it, right? And then if you're going to apologize about it and you want people to kind of move past that, then yo, you gotta, you know, do whatever growing you need to do, and like, you know, just try to be as mature about it, because sometimes people say stuff really not considering, like they're saying a thing because these are real feelings that they have, but they sometimes don't take into consideration how they sound when they say it, which is being easy with the feelings of this person you say you love, right? So if you gotta say something, just try to be as mindful of the language you use when you say it, because at the end of the day, it may not be something they like, but if it's true to how you feel and you need to say it, say that. But make sure you take care, because this isn't some random person you work with or some random person on the street. This is someone we say we love, so we should be mindful of that. So
Tact.
Tact. There you go. Thank you. This is man, hard, man.
I'm a word man.
Yeah, son. You know what I mean? You should be a rapper or something.
Maybe in another lifetime.
Yeah, I'm saying. But yeah, man. So I would just say that, you know, yeah, man, just use tact as Javier was stating, and yeah, man. Also consider if the issue you have is something that really needs to be said, because sometimes there's things that I take issue with. For example, I'm driving a car, someone does something crazy, right? In that moment, there's a lot of things I can do. I can run them down, catch up with them, flail my fist, run them off the road, get out the car, put hands on it, key their car, grab the strap. There's so many things I could do. Or I can just be like, hey, man, this ain't worth it. You know what I mean? And so I think sometimes there are things that we let go in the real world. Not the real world. There are things that we let go of in life, largely because we know nothing good is going to come of it, in spite of the fact these are real feelings, especially if it's a one-off thing. If it's a one-off thing, that's different. So it might be okay to just let it go if it's not really causing you to lose sleep like that.
Right.
Now, if it becomes habitual, of course, you're going to be like, damn, I should have said something the first time.
30, 40, 50 years of that.
Yeah. So you definitely, you know, I say first time, give them grace, right? Like, you know, just like, you know, I think friends do that all the time. Like where I had a homie who he's a tall guy, right? And, you know, kind of bulky, but like a lot of us didn't know that he used to be really obese, right? And we didn't know that. And so one guy comes over, sees him, and again, this is a tall guy, right? He doesn't look like he used to be obese. He just looks like a guy who used to be real slim, who now has probably put on a little weight. So my man is just like, yo, you're big, bro. Like, you know, which could be just like, yo, you're tall or you're a big guy. But then he just keeps saying it like, nah, like, bro, like, you're like a really big dude, blah, blah, blah. Like, I ain't expect you to be. And then, like, my man let it slide, like, the first 2 times. And then after a while, because he realized this person was not going to let this go, he was like, yo, like, chill out with the big stuff. You know what I mean? And then he took time. He didn't have to, but he took time to explain to him why. So that way he knew that he knew he was joking. So that's why he let him live. But he also knew that because of stuff he used to deal with his weight, because he was really obese, and it was serious stuff that like shaved years off your life. So that's a sensitive subject for him. So he addressed it, and they never had that issue again, because again, he didn't initially attack him or jump on him because he did it. He let it slide, but when he realized this person was not going to let this go, he was like, all right, I got to address this. And he was careful with his words. He ain't like, hey, mom, stop playing with me. I'll body you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he didn't lose it. It was really bothering him, but he said it in a respectful way.
I think, sorry to cut you
Nah,
off,
please.
but yeah, I think that it's important for all of us to be super mindful when it comes to communication. I was talking to someone about something, and they were like, I feel like I shouldn't have to. That notion in itself is like very misleading, because we're assuming that the other person is on the same page as us.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so for your friend in that moment to humble himself and to be patient enough to be like, yo, let me revisit my past pains and put this person in a space where they can understand where I'm coming from, that takes a lot of strength. And that's not necessarily something that comes natural to a lot of us. We have to humble ourselves, because like, why do I need to explain to myself? But like, yo, we never know where the other person is coming from at the same time. So when someone does something crazy in the car to me, I'm like, yo, are they old? Are they not from this country? Maybe they're having a bad day. I'm having a great day. So
Right.
I'm like, yo, I hope that person have a better day, because they're wilding right now. So
Right.
there's lots of ways to approach it, but yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Perspective.
But yeah, hopefully that helps. You know what I mean? It's like, without knowing complete context, obviously we can only say so much.
Wishing you the best.
Yeah,
bro.
for sure, man. Patience to you both, and understanding, man. That's how y'all got this far. You know what I mean? So, I think I heard someone else say this. They were like, just never assume bad intentions.
There you go.
When it's your partner, right? Like, this is your partner. Like, if anyone has earned benefit of the doubt, it's the person you say you love. So, and it's important for you to keep that in mind. But if they're not thinking like that, it's important to also say that to them at some
Maybe
point in time.
communicate that in some way.
Communicate
Like,
that.
yo, I love you. Why would I ever intentionally try to hurt you?
Yeah, exactly. Because at the end of the day, it's like, the other thing, this is like the joking side of it, but it's like, yo, like, why would I intentionally hurt someone that I gotta go to bed with?
Right, facts.
Like,
there you go.
Like, fam, if I fall asleep before you do it, I'm intentionally hurting you, how's that gonna play out? Like,
Right.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? And it's just,
Bad news.
Right. And again, I'm exaggerating and joking a bit. But just, like, that's something to keep in mind. Like, I know that if anything I said was really taken as ill will, then the consequences could be serious. That could
Dire.
Dire. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So anyway, best of luck to you, fam. All right.
Finish with that.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to die. Anyway, best of luck.
Right.
No, really, yeah.
Yeah, and not just the whole death thing, but also,
You don't
like,
want to ruin what you have.
ruin what you have, affect the relationships that y'all have with other people who y'all both care about, who may be impacted, whether it's kids, family members. I'm not saying that, again, you should take all of that in, keep all of that in mind when you have a very specific feeling. But you have to, I feel like, for that relationship to last long term, these are things you need to consider. You know what I mean? Part of being in a relationship is there's a little bit of sacrifice that comes with that. You know what I mean?
Lotta.
Yeah, a little lotta.
And go read that book, The 5 Love Languages. That will help everyone with any person you're interacting with in life. I think for society would benefit from.
I was talking about that book the whole tour, almost every show. Anytime I perform QT, I bring up that book.
Nice.
Yeah, man. All right. Peace, Steph. I know you put this a while ago. Shout out to Stephanie Gale. All right. So, CJ Cully says, so a few minutes ago, I told GPT to write me a verse about my return from the airport using Stan's style, then to write in the style of EFAM. I think this was a punchline. I giggle and snort at their lines. Oh, my God. Yo. Yeah, I'm sure, man, especially if you put it in EFAM. I don't know what came out of it, but there's stuff that someone hit me up the other day. They were like, man, I watched that anniversary video, saw you cringing at a couple of lines. And I was like, yo, that was me before kids. I think when we recorded that, I wasn't fully in the youth work. Like I was doing a little bit like volunteer here and there, but it wasn't like my life or a major part of my life. So I really, if especially as a battle rapper, you say what you got to say, fam.
Unhinged.
Yeah. So, but I can only imagine what it came up with. All right, let's see. Was that about tomorrow's show? Yeah, it was. We were talking about tomorrow's show. Yeah, that's right. We were talking about you. So Steph will be there too. You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. All right. Malik James says, I didn't know you had kids till you just said it. It's a wonderful thing, but I wanted to know if they have the music bug like you. So my youngest daughter loves dancing, and when I was her age, I think when I was her age up till like maybe middle school, I thought dancing was going to be the thing.
Like fun popping and then locking.
Man, I was I think I've mentioned it before, so I won't be too long-winded with it. But like before rap was ever really a thing for me, it was about dancing. I had a reputation in the neighborhood that I was in with getting competitions with one of the homies and stuff. And it was to the point like I got injured one time. Like I hurt my foot or my ankle, and I was on crutches. And like there was this girl whose birthday party was coming, and she invited me to the party. Largely because not just because we were cool, but because I had that reputation as the dude in the neighborhood who could really dance. And so, when she saw me on crutches, she was like, "Yo, are you still coming to the party? Like, I'm looking forward to you dancing at the party." Like, I'm like, yeah, like I'm on crutches, B. I hope so, but
right.
It'll be ain't like it's a paid gig,
right,
son.
Right.
But yeah, man. But
Damn.
dancing was everything. So. My youngest daughter definitely is into dancing. My oldest daughter just recently started drumming lessons, and she's taking violin. I don't think they. It's too early to say with my youngest whether or not dancing is gonna be her thing. With my oldest daughter, I think it's just she's very much a kid that like if she finds something interesting, she'll explore, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna be a career thing for her. So yeah, but none of them are like creating music per se. They both definitely have the art bug. My oldest daughter is real nice, really nice with drawing. She's come a long way. Check out her YouTube channel as well. Peace Gamer Ren. Some of her older drawings, which really it doesn't really show how nice she is right now. But some of her older drawings on there, but it's mostly her playing video games and occasionally hanging out with me and beating me up in video games. All right, let's keep it pushing. Hold on. Early, have a good day at work, brother. All right, peace, man.
He's probably gone.
Yep, yes, he probably is.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, you're looked at as a role model for a lot of people and someone people look up to, but who do you go to for advice / guidance? Man, oh man.
Wow.
Thank you for asking that. First, Kokai. Kokai's big bro. There's a few times where, career advice and stuff. There's times where he heard me being down on myself, where he bully foot me a little bit just to be like, man, what are you talking about right now, son? But yeah, man, I need to give him a call because we haven't spoken in a minute. But Coke is definitely
Kokai.
Kokai is definitely looked out and has been somebody I've gone to a few different times.
Said Coke is somebody I go to.
I know. We call him Coke for short, so it's like. It is what it is.
Personified.
Coke, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go to Coke. I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, man, shout out to him. Trying to think. Funky DL, man, another person in the biz where like we come to each other a lot, like asking about different things, and he's someone that is we've had some great conversations around the industry, but also life stuff. You know what I mean? Like talking about like what friendship look likes and what it looks like and different things like that. For less career related stuff, like the homies, friends like my man Sherm the Barber, my man Cash, shout out to another one. Me and Javier sometimes have great conversations. He comes to me, and then there's times where I talk to him about some stuff I'm going through, But I'm lucky that my wife, keep it a buck with you, of everyone. My wife is, I got a lot of people that I love and, are really close friends. and a few that are best friends from my childhood. But my wife, though, man, like of all of the relationships I built, I'm really proud of what we built together. And you know, most of the time the issues aren't with her, so that allows me to talk to her about a lot of the things I'm experiencing. We had a session yesterday, me just really talking about some stuff, and you know, just seeing changes in the industry I'm in, and how even though it's work related or business related, how that affects me personally. And like, you know, I'm somebody, it's like I've never been clinically diagnosed with depression, but I wouldn't be surprised if I've experienced that multiple times in my life. And I know what it feels like when I'm really, really down, and I know the thoughts I have and all of that. I've been in some really dark places, and so I'm grateful I got her. She's somebody, she's my rock. I've been able to lean on her many times and vice versa. So yeah, man, I got a good circle of folks around me, you know what I mean? Present company included, you know. Who's somebody you lean on, son?
It's like, no, I do turn to people like Substantial often. I won't front like I have a whole lot of people that I turn to. When I feel stressed, sometimes I write, but not music. I'll write like pieces. I was telling you about how I was turning to that platform called Substack, and just writing like poetry, expressing myself. I admit, like, for a big part of my journey, I felt like pretty isolated, you know, because of what I do with curse-free positive hip-hop. There's not like a real big lane for that.
Right.
And knowing people who also share those views. Yeah. So, but yeah, people like yourself, and I get a lot of, I've become really good at divulging and finding gems within content that I can consume online.
Yeah.
So stuff like books, like the 5 Love Languages, and just being at peace with myself, so you can say God or a higher power or what people would consider meditation. So when I'm out on my board, my one will, etc., too swift, and I'm just riding, and I'm just like absorbing what's happening in the world around me, being grateful for the ability to breathe and the ability to see with 2 eyes and having 5 fingers on one hand and 10 total. Like simple things like that help me get regrounded. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, so I just really focus a lot on gratitude these days, and that usually brings it back into to focus into a positive space.
Yeah, man. Shout out to my man DJ Action. You know, we just met back in October of last year. But man, that dude, the quote, I love that brother, man. But the quote that he said that resonated so much with me was he said gratitude is the great multiplier. And I was like, wow. And what he was talking about was just when he learned to be more grateful of the opportunities, the blessings, and the things that happening in his life, like abundance, man. Everything just started really, really popping off and changing for him. Like, you know, just abundance, an abundance of blessings, just from learning to be more grateful. Because, yeah, I mean, there's always something bad happening. There's always something to complain about. And I think when you're a person who chooses to be positive, because I think it's important for people to understand that, like, like a lot of times positive rappers or positive people in general get viewed as corny and get you know, this like certain stigmas that get associated with us. But I gotta remind people all the time, like, fam, we're from a similar place, and in some cases my experience has been far worse than yours. But the thing is, I'm choosing to be grateful. I'm choosing to be positive, because like there's some horrific stuff that I've seen firsthand, not just stuff I see online. Like I've been present for people dying. I've been present for like really, really dark stuff. You know what I mean? You know, like physical abuse, all of these different type of things. And, you know, and so when I know what it could be, you know what I mean? So, and I know that I interact with enough people that I come across sometimes I come across people who've had it far worse than me. And they trade places with me in a heartbeat, you know? Which leads me to this next one, since we're talking about trading places. Warpath asks, you see what I did there, right?
All right.
Setup. Warpath asks, what would you two do if you were each other for a day?
What?
I've not. He's like the resident, Barbara Walters over here, man. Like, you know what I mean? He be thinking of like he be having them.
To do if I
If
could
you
be
were me
substantial
for a day, and I was you for a day.
I'd definitely write a verse because I like your writing style.
Oh man,
it'd be cool
you.
to explore that. If I was you for a day, man, wow, that's tough. Wait, if I was substantial, that's tough. Like, I'm thinking about it from so many different perspectives. Like,
Right.
if I wanted to make you experience something, or if I wanted to experience something that only you can experience.
wow.
I see things from so many different
Yeah,
perspectives.
yeah.
But if I was could only be you and experience your things for a day, maybe I would just enjoy the idea of the space of having a loving and caring wife and 2 kids who like look up to me and support me, having like a foundation of that. Because when I go home, it's just me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
my
yeah.
family lives far away.
Right.
You know, I'm a lone wolf in many
Right.
many ways. So
Right.
it would be cool just to be like. That's why I enjoy hanging out with y'all so
Yeah,
much. It's like,
yeah,
yo, I
man.
got family. Like,
Extended family.
Yeah.
No, for sure. Nah, that's dope. Yeah, I think for me, like I don't always and before I say this, let me preface it with don't get this effed up. Like, I love traveling with people and my family and stuff like that. But yo, there is something to traveling alone. So like, because you know, I say this to people all the time. It's like, man, if you're blessed enough to get the opportunity to travel by yourself, there's a certain level of peace. There's a certain level of honesty as well. Because the one thing about having a family and having people responsible, having people you're responsible for, but people who are also responsible for you, is that you do have to consider every potential thing, like how it's going to affect everyone around you, right? I'm constantly like, you know, I won't say dealing with that because this is the life I chose, right? But that can be a lot at times, right? Like I might, like, fam, I love Indian food. Like I love Indian food. I love spicy food too. There's a lot of different things that I love that my family.
Destiny, ketchup is too spicy for her.
Yo, like there's certain things, certain experiences I want to have that I can't have sometimes because that's not something that all of the family loves. And I don't want to stop by 3 or 4 different places so everybody gets what they want. I just want to have what I want. But because I care about my folks, you know what I mean? I'm going to sacrifice that. So one of the things I like, you know, I admire about you get these opportunities a lot of times to travel and do certain things. I get similar opportunities as well, right? Not exactly the same, but similar. But every time I make that decision, of course you got stuff you got to consider too. But I gotta immediately consider how this is going to inconvenience my family. Not only how am I going to benefit, but how it's going to inconvenience my family. How much more work does my wife have to do now with the kids because I'm not going to be there, right?
That's
or
tough.
if it's a thing they, you know, like for example, my oldest daughter really wants to go to Japan. So anytime Japan comes up in conversation, it almost always turns into a conversation about a potential family trip. It's over $1,000 per person to fly to Japan, right? Fam. So anytime I'm considering doing something with my whole family, immediately, depending on where it is in the world, we're talking about like $2,000 to $4,000 to start. That's the starting point. So when you
For an
see me,
artist.
right? So when you see me traveling with my family, just know that, like, fam, I'm probably breaking even, right? Probably, right? So, but these are blessings. Don't ever get it messed up. I know these are blessings. However, those few times that I've had the opportunity to travel by myself and really be to my own thoughts, have my own time, like I come back like refreshed, recharged and stuff. You know, I have a deeper appreciation for my family, which is saying a lot because I really appreciate them now. But those moments to myself are priceless. So if I were you for a day, I think I'd be taking advantage of those moments before I get back to, you know what I mean? It's like, man, I'm gonna make a day trip somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And when I get there, I'm gonna do nothing.
Right.
A whole lot of nothing.
I do that often.
Right. And maybe the nothing, sometimes maybe, like what I'm saying is nothing isn't always nothing. Could be just playing video games. The last time I just got up and just played video games, I haven't. right? The last time I just got up and rode the one wheel was maybe a couple of weeks ago when we went to a family thing and I taught my cousin how to ride.
But it's within a time constraint around everything else.
Yeah, 100%. And it's always considering how it affects everyone I care about who lives with me. So, so yeah, man. That was a dope question, man. Thank you for that. I know it's a ton of people waiting for other things. So we're gonna take a few more and then we're gonna wrap it up because I know I've got things to do and I'm hungry. I'm getting
I
hunger
haven't
headaches.
even eaten breakfast yet.
Son, son, we should go get some. Son.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Cool. Hey, CM in the building. Clap it up.
What up,
CM.
yo? We was just talking about you. I don't know if you heard it.
Yeah, we saying terrible stuff, son. It's like, man, you see that? No, I'm
I love you, bro.
Yeah, man, of course, man. We got nothing
you.
but love for CM, man. Good to see you up in here, bro. All right. Says you can show sub that one track. Yeah, man. Trying to hear the joint y'all was cooking.
I'll play it. I'll play it for him. It's a different song.
Okay. That book and Attach, great read. Word, I'll definitely check it out. All right, hold on.
It's the lightning round.
Hey, what's going on, Queen? Good to see you up in this joint. Peace. I'm well. Good to see you up in here. All right, hold on. Yeah, I've been going through a rough breakup, among other things, for the past month and a half. But coming here and interacting with each week helps. Man, happy to have you here, fam. You know, shout out to all the family in the chat, man.
I know that feeling very, very well. I was over here sleeping on substantial floor.
I just recently deleted the video. I was like, I ain't gonna do that to him. I was like, look at this man.
Relationships.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it be like that sometimes.
It's good to spend time with yourself.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. I have a lot of introspective time. I think that's
important,
a big part of who I am.
Yeah, and I feel like it helps us be clearer on who we are a lot of times. Because a lot of who we are when you are constantly surrounded by people is who they need you to be sometimes.
Inevitably.
Yeah. It's you know, and so much of who you are becomes who the people you care about need you to be.
Wow.
And so you know, it's like when you hear women who are referred to like, oh man, shouldn't do that. They're mothers, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I'm more than a mother, fam. Like, I'm a woman, I'm a person, I'm a human being, right? So I got needs outside of just my need to provide care for someone else. Like that's not the only thing that gives me value. So my family makes me wealthy beyond whatever any money, right? Like it makes me like ridiculously wealthy in that way. However, it does not make me who I am. It is a part of who I am. You know? So yeah, man. I got Sub's whole outfit at the crib. My man.
He does. Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, hey.
Yeah, man. Thank you, CM, man. Appreciate you. Sorry to hear that, Warpath. Yeah, man. Appreciate the support. All right. Let's see. Kid says, I want to thank you for motivating me at MomoCon last May and helping me become better on making beats. Man, that's what's up. Oh, man. You know what? At the first glance, I said, Queen, my bad, fam. I know exactly who you are, King. My bad. Yo, at first glance, I got this one student. She always got the do-rag. Yo, I mistaked you for someone else. But, yeah, hey, man. Said becoming better on making beats. I dropped my beat tape album a couple weeks ago. It's called Soulful Vibes. Definitely check it out, y'all. And I want to thank you for being a role model and guiding me to become a more successful producer. Wishing you all the best, man. Clap it up for you, man. Wishing you all the best, Kieran. All right. I was going to share it here, but rather than a few bars, it authored a book. Oh, my God, yo. That's crazy. Coke, is it? All right, hold up. Do you think that someone can develop the artist bug at any age? 100%. Yeah. How about you?
I don't want to date myself, but yeah, I didn't start even making music till after I graduated high school. I wasn't even, when everyone's like, yeah, I was rapping when I was 2. I was like, I don't know anything about that. I pretty much was an adult before I even wrote my first rhyme. So yeah, it all depends on purpose. I write for a purpose. You know, I think I'm serving my purpose. So
yeah, man, 100%. Keep moving forward, Warpath. Substantial Friday community helps me and many of us. Well, man, wow,
respect.
Yo, I'm grateful, man. People speak so highly of y'all as fans, man. I don't know if y'all know that, but so many different people I talk to in the industry have so many great things to see. Like they go through my stuff a lot of times and they see the interaction we have, how supportive y'all are, but how good y'all are to each other. You know what I mean? And I just want y'all to know that people see the community we've created. And it's beautiful, man. I'm honored to be a part of this with y'all, and I'm glad that you know what I mean, that you're here with us, you know. So thank y'all, man. All right, let's get. Hey, what's going on? We got somebody on Twitch. Magnon, peace. What's going on? All right. Great. Now I can imagine a double team album of Substantial Javier, and half the songs could be verses where they go back and forth. Now, I mean, possibly, maybe.
Working on one song like that now, right?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Tone Deaf, what up? Clap it up for Tone.
Right, bro.
Clap it up for all y'all.
I didn't mean to hear him.
Yeah, man. Tone Deaf, yeah, but like getting drunk in a travel lodge lobby by yourself on a Thursday night is so worth it. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna have to take your word. You know what I mean? You know. All right.
Vicariously living.
When I first traveled to Japan, 2015, I only spent $550 round trip. No cap.
Wow.
Hey, keep it a buck. I've done that before too. It was probably like 07. I think 07. I got round trip tickets in April, in spring, which is crazy because you know with everything that goes on out there in spring, I got round trip tickets for like right around 500. So it has happened before. I know that during the pandemic. The numbers were real crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. All right. Pac and I once flew to Holland to do an in-store signing for one guy working the register.
Wow.
Yo, this life, B. This life.
Of an artist.
Yeah, man.
Keep those expectations
in
your heart.
Yeah, that Vegas show on the tour. Fam, like I think it was like maybe 5 or 7 people, you know. Gosh. So I can't. But again, gratitude because it could have been the one guy working the register. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that one guy working the register could be on the edge, and you could have saved his life.
That's real. That's real.
It's crazy because as an artist, we have expectations, but you got to be like what you were saying with your family. Our fans and our supporters are our family. Yeah. So we move in that way.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. Someone said they didn't even have our records. Oh.
He's signing some Rick James album.
Oh my God. No, I'm trying to find the right one. Nope. It's there. It is. I gotta keep forgetting this. These 3. Bong. Yeah. I'm sorry, Tone. It happens, son. It happens, B.
You don't even know the buttons.
I know. Because we're usually with the applause. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. And then if corny joke comes through, we got the drum joint. You know, and then those moments where, you know, you were hoping for a thing and didn't pan out and womp.
Simpson. I stick to my story.
All right, let's see who else we got. Tetsuya says, I gotta see that anime event. Would love to see Sub and Shingo. Some of my favorite artists chat about one of my favorite animes of all time. Fam, come through. That's all I can tell you. All right, Warpath, take care, man. Have a great day at work, brother. All right, let's see. As the CFO of the YouTube channel, laugh my ass off. I approve. We are the best. Love this chat. Basically family, man. 100%. Yo, listen. I'ma say that I've already said it before, but the event I'm doing in Baltimore, February 28th through March 3rd of 2024. I'm pushing this to everybody that, this convention, ChromaCon, we should make this a destination event. Y'all should come out, get tickets for ChromaCon while you still can. I'm performing with a live band. By the way, Katie Fox just finished the Animal Arithmetic manga.
Nice.
She just sent me the giant. I was reading over it the other night. Looks amazing. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have the physical copies then. I'm performing twice that weekend, doing panels. I know not everybody's into anime, but even if you're not, I think that would be a great destination event for any of you who are interested. Man, we could figure out something. Maybe one of these events, we do something extra or whatever. I find a space that we can book something or whatever so all of us could actually meet up or whatever. Shout out to Q&5 Music. Q&5 was some of the best at doing that. Tone was responsible for most of that. And I've learned a lot from being around people like him, and I understand the work that is required to build community. So again, if y'all are interested in attending ChromaCon in March of 2024, I highly suggest that, like, yo, we consider making this a destination event. If that's something y'all are serious about, I know some of y'all are closer than others, but if that's something you're serious about, I'll look into booking an additional space, making, like, you know, we can have something for the supporters, you know what I mean? Have a little night for the supporters. So I think that'd be really dope. But let me know y'all thoughts on that, you know what I mean? Let's get into these last few and then get out y'all hair, all right? This is legendary. The fact that I got to be here is mad dope. Man, the fact that we're here with you is mad dope. Thank you, family. Damn, bro, you are so underrated. Oh my God, I cannot believe my eyes. You are a legend, bro. Yo, thank you so much for the comment, man. I appreciate the love. All right, changing my artist name to Womp Womp. Tone, yo. Love you, Tone. Hey, man, if you've never listened to Tone Deaf, I was playing some Tone for Hob. Man, if you've never listened to Tone Deaf, do yourself a favor.
Unreal.
Man.
I was like,
yeah.
I need to hit him up.
Yeah, man.
Tone, for some lessons. Yeah. Facts.
Tone's one of the greatest all time, man. No cap, no exaggeration. Technically superior to probably 90+% of the artists who've ever chosen to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Unreal. Bro.
And his pen is impeccable. So salute to my brother Tone. I am a reflection of the company I keep. Like, I feel like I'm as good of a performer, a songwriter and stuff because of people like Tone, because of people like Javier, because of people like Kokai, because of people like Odyssey, YU, you know, because of my old Scan crew when I was making demos in high school. Like, all of these people helped make me and mold me into who I am. And the technical stuff that Tone would put me onto behind the scenes. So to be that great as an MC, but then he's also an amazing, like, engineer and producer. So salute to Tone, man. Just want to give you your flowers, man. You know I tell you all the time how much I appreciate what you do. But yeah, man, I think if any of y'all here right now does not know the significance of how great this man is, like, yo, your assignment for the weekend, dive into some Tone Deaf music and enjoy yourself, man. You know, from Archetype to oh my God, what was the last joint? I know the name of it, man. Oh, my song off that joint, like, they watched them and they like, whew, God. Hold on, man. Let me give you all. I'm gonna give you my Tone Deaf recommendations right now. We're gonna take a minute to celebrate.
You need to make a Tone Deaf playlist.
I do.
I mean, you played a whole bunch for me.
Did.
We had a whole playlist basically. Yeah,
man. So look, so here you
records.
go. So, man, check out his latest joint first and foremost. To check out his instrumentals, that's Definition Volume 4. All the Definition joints are dope. Volume 4 is the most recent one that's amazing. His last album, Polymer, his last proper solo album, Polymer, is amazing, super dope. He produced it, mixed it, has some great videos for it. And They Watched Him, which is track 2 on the joint. That's one of my faves on there. I know a lot of people love Hunter. Hunter's, it's dope. Competitive nature out of those two, though, is probably my fave. Demon? Son, when I interviewed Tone for the Artistry podcast, when Shell and I interviewed him, we were like talking about him describing his style, and he said he was thinking of himself like a hi-hat, like the hi-hat for like a jazz drummer. You know what I mean? And like just in terms of what he can do. And when you listen to him and you listen to that song Demon, you'll hear exactly that. Cinder is super dope. Moment, I had the pleasure of remixing. So definitely check out the original, which inspired me to do what I think is a cool remix. Tone don't like a lot. So when I sent him the remix and he was like, yo, this is dope. This is fire. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, I got something, B. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. I can sit here and brag on my friend all day, and I love doing that. But we got to keep it moving. But check out Tone Deaf. That's your homework for the weekend. Listen to some Tone Deaf. Your other homework, your additional extra credit assignment is to look up a playlist called Featuring Javier Starks. That's on Spotify as well. That has all the collabs that he's done that's on Spotify, including some interviews. So check that out. All right. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it pushing. Mega shows started off back, during the Rocksteady Crew anniversary. So it's a good idea to pop it off with a pre-existing event. 100%, yo. I think I think starting it with like this ChromaCon and we see how that goes and stuff. And then like, yo, if we all have a great time and stuff, I'll try to, like I said, I'm gonna see how interested y'all are first and foremost. And then, yeah, man. Yeah. And I don't know if it's going to be like full on concert type of thing, more so just maybe like, yo, we all get up for that one thing. And then we have like a supporters like gathering type of joint. You know what I mean? And, yeah, man, come through, get to interact. Cause like I'm performing twice that weekend, son. So, you know, maybe in the future we'll talk about building a specific event, but let's try it out with this first joint and go from there. But Tone, you're the man. All right. Oh my God, I cannot believe you were reading my comment, bro. I swear you're a legend for me. Man, I just read your comment again, son. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I know, I've seen those videos where like certain artists go live and it's really someone on their team going live and they don't interact with anybody on the joint. And I'm just like, what is the point, son? You could have just recorded and posted a video. You know what I mean? But, you know, but to each his own. I'll check out Tone Deaf stuff after the episode. Enjoy yourself. I put my little brother onto your music. Just want to say I've been listening for a while, and some songs really changed my perspective and outlook in life. Wow. Much love from Long Island. That's what's up, man. Much love to you. Thank you, fam.
Respect.
All right, Strong Island in the building. All right. Tone Deaf Quotables, fire too. That's on the Archetype. Yeah, man. On Archetype, case closed. Case closed, son. Case closed. That was one joint. Let's get a bit of. I ain't gonna butcher it, Tone. I ain't gonna do that to you. The live, we just like when I back up Tone. Pack is really good at backing up Tone. Me, I'd be like, here. I just do the finger joint then. Oh, yeah. Woo! You know what I'm saying? Just the obligatory woo! You know what I'm saying? Tone, no. Otherwise, we butchering them joints. Butchering. Because even when you know to say it, you executing it the way he said it. Come on, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I ain't that cool. You know? All right? These homework assignments are definitely hella better than the ones I got back when I was in school. Man. I'm here to help. Here to help. So, look. Hey, man. We got to get ready to go. Last thing I want to put y'all on to. Y'all been seeing the links popping up for the merch. Substantial Adultish merch available now. Now, here's the thing. If you are someone who already owns the merch and you know you've been eyeing buying other stuff, you can post pictures of the merch. And this is something I forgot to say when I posted this the other day. Post pictures of any of the merch. It can be new merch, old merch. If you tag me in it, I'll immediately send you a response that gives you another 10% off of whatever your next purchase is. So any of y'all that are sharing the content, and I know some of y'all have shared it in the past, all you got to do if you've already done it and you're like, I don't feel like sharing this new shit, I ain't here to judge you. I would just say, just send me a picture of something you shared whenever, and I'll send you the discount code so that way you can use it to get 10% off your next purchase. All right. Which also reminds me that if you were on Patreon and you signed up for the $25 level, you immediately get 25% off of anything that you purchase. On both it's cool on both Bandcamp and the main store from Sub Art Music. So something to keep in mind. And if you don't want to do the $25 level, you can do $10 a month and you get 10% off. You also get, I think, 20% off by signing up over on Bandcamp. So again, I'm out here for y'all. You know what I mean? Just giving you different ways to support. No pressure. Last thing I want to say, get your thoughts on this. This probably drag us like 5, but there's something happening right now with Universal Music Group and their partnership with Deezer, where they're looking to potentially pay artists even less than what we currently get for our streams. Now, granted, this is just talking about Deezer, but if this is successful for them, then it could potentially spill over to other platforms. And so, long story short, what they're talking about is setting a certain. They're trying to quote unquote pay artists, quote unquote, give artists a bit more. But in order for you, excuse me, and I don't want to mess it up too much, but in order for you to qualify, you got to get a certain amount of streams in a month, right? Like if you don't get a certain amount of streams in a month, then instead of you getting that more, you're going to get less. And that literally affects majority of the indie musicians. That's only great
for the good, big, well-known artists.
Yeah, it's only good for artists who already, like, for example, I heard the numbers that they're talking about, even the numbers that someone else has suggested that Spotify might adapt. Those numbers don't apply to me, right? But I've been in this business 20 plus years. So of course not, right? But I'm more concerned with the majority of the people that I know, upcoming artists, my students, people who have been clients of mine, and what I know that majority of the industry who are indie deals with. And this is a bad look, especially because the only model that they really should be adopting is a more user-based one, where if you sign up for a streaming service or any type of service that requires you to pay monthly, then whoever you listen to the most, that's who should be getting them. Not even just the most, like whoever you're listening to are the people who should be getting paid. But
From
that's
your
not,
money.
But that's not how it works, right? That money is thrown into a pool of stuff, and then you're paid a certain prorata rate or whatever based on that, and
Staff gets bulk of it.
Right, and there's only like a few platforms that I think do the thing where, like, if you're the main person that people listen to on that platform, then you get the lion's share, which makes sense. Because right now, major label artists get more than indie artists, right? Any major labels get more than all of us, but major label artists in particular get more than what me and Hive get. But if you're a person, and keep in mind, because Spotify gives me the data, currently, if you're a person who's on Spotify and I'm the main person you listen to, that still doesn't mean that I don't get the lion's share of the money that they pay out. You know what I mean? Even though I'm the main person you're listening to on the platform.
On the platform.
And that right there is trash, especially with them trying to adopt this new thing where that only will benefit you if, like, you're hitting a certain amount of numbers. Because it could be somebody who's actively paying for the subscription and maybe doesn't listen as much as we listen to music. But the amount of times they listen to you might make up 90% of their plays, but you fall short of what that cap is.
So you get less.
And so you still get less, even though the person who's paying the subscription, paying $10, paying $15, paying whatever a month, is mainly listening to you. And that is trash. That's trash. So I just wanted to leave y'all with that and let y'all know this is why you're going to be, like, you've been seeing me do more on Bandcamp. You've been seeing me, like, recently this past week, I've been trying to be more, I've been being more active on for the subscriptions on Bandcamp and the subscriptions for Patreon. And that's the goal, man, to continue that energy, because they're constantly changing. They keep constantly moving the goalposts. And I'm a bit luckier than a lot of my indie friends where I've figured out a way to do this. But even still, if they paid fairly, the quality of life for my family would be significantly different, right? If they just paid, and fair is non-existent. It's a concept it's a thing we throw out, but it's not really a thing.
Especially for musicians.
Yeah.
On platforms where every song is $1.
Yeah.
Whether you're Boo Boo the Foo or you're Michael Jackson, the song is just $1.
Right.
It's like, that's a statement in itself, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, man. Tone says, yeah, man, major labels are devils. So tired of this constant fuckery. 100%, man.
I was going to say they're evil.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to JS Rock watching on Twitch. JS Rock says, gotta love the corporations with zero talent making money off the backs of actual talent. Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. But anyway, on that note, we got to get out of here. This was a longer episode, but I got great company with me, and it was great questions from y'all. Always a good time. Man, y'all have an amazing weekend. Be safe out here. Yeah, man, all love to you as well, JS. All love to everybody in the chat. Don't forget about those upcoming shows. I'll be adding more to Songkick and the other platforms, so look out for more show information. There's some other stuff that's booked, like New York and Baltimore, that's booked as well, but I haven't received ticket links yet. So more information coming. Y'all have an amazing weekend, man. Stay out of trouble. Love y'all, man. Peace, everybody. Oh, one last one. Tone Deaf opened me up to a world of amazing artists, including Stan. That's love right there. If you're not familiar with him, and Q and 5 are top of it all, man. 100%, man. Shout out to all our Q and 5 fans. Shout out to Cunning Linguist. Shout out to Kokai. Shout out to Mr. SOS. Shout out to my man Mr. Mech. Shout out to Session. Shout out to Pac FM. Shout out to Elite. Shout out to Domingo. Yeah, man. I know I'm missing somebody. Shout out to Squeegee. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. All right. On that note, we out, son. Peace, y'all. Y'all be good. Where could I email you about paying for a possible DJ drop? You can hit me up through my website, iamsubstantial.com/contact. All right? So hit me up and we'll build, yo. Y'all be good. Peace, peace.
Thanks for letting me ride shotty.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Peace.